It's a historic day, November the 4th, 2024. This is Somerset News Network, and I'm just sort of going through the internet, looking at things and thinking what's happening. Kemi, the new Tory leader, who just happens to be a nice looking 44-year-old lady, is the new leader for the Tory party, and she just happens to be black. And there's all sorts of things going on, and I think I've said it before. I did a video on this, and I pointed it out that it's lovely. She's nice. Not going to say I agree with her all the time, but she seems to be a nice lady. She's now picking her cabinet. Now that's going to tell the markings of the lady. Is she going to pick true conservatives, or if she's going to pick the left-wing wet conservatives? Because the problem we've had over the last few years with the conservatives is that they've been too left-wing. And the only way the Tories have got any chance at the next election is to take the right of centre ground, which is where they should traditionally be. The problem is, what you've got in politics is the left and right. I don't think it makes any difference. I think they're all left anyway. But because the Conservatives have gone left of centre, Labour have gone left of centre, and you've got the Liberal Democrats back there with them as well, you've got nobody on the right. It's the only way I can explain it. I don't think there's a fact packet you could put between them, because nobody changes policies of the other one. They just mar on making new laws, and they complain about the laws that the other side has made, but they never repeal them. Have you noticed that over the years? Hello? They're in it together. So, Tammy's going to make her new cabinet, and I wish her good luck. Because the country needs a good Conservative party. Labour's got such a majority. Stummer can do what he likes. He's now arrogant. He now thinks he's got the divine right of a king. He makes dictates without going to Parliament, creating policy. Ministers will now start doing that as well. That's frightening. We're supposed to be a democracy through Parliament. Starmer has as much personality as a slug. He made a speech at Interpol conference about stopping the boat people. I won't say anything until I see action. All it is at the moment is words. And can we believe what he says? He says all this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, they said that in the election. They said they were going to stop the boats in the election. Now it's coming again, they're going to stop the boats. But they haven't stopped the boats. They've had 3 months. And all they're still doing is going out, picking them up and bringing them in. And they've got 500 million for a company that's going to look after the migrants when they get here, that are illegal. It's craziness. Now, the company that pays them the money, have they paid the Labour Party money? Are they part of this freebie scam? I don't know. I'm only asking the question. It'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? Anyway. More important news. Very highly important news. Gosh, I've got to use my very stern voice for this one. It's really sad news, really. It just shows you how a government can end up if they use tyranny. There's an animal sanctuary in the United States run by a husband and his wife, and they have a number of animals, and they run a non-profit animal rescue. They have a squirrel and they have a raccoon. Raccoon is called Fred. The squirrel is called Peanut. Unfortunately, someone phoned the authorities. Now, they've had these animals, Peanut and Fred, for 7 years. They've made videos of them. They're all over social media. They got a following of millions. But the government raided their house like they were terrorists. Sent the SWAT team in by the sounds of it. Husband was kept outside for 5 hours while they searched the house. They took the squirrel, they took Peanuts, and they took Fred. And they killed them. I just think it's just unbelievable. This is how tyranny starts. This is what the government think they can do. It's their mentality. Now, what happens if they turn that mindset onto us? You know, if this is the way they think, they can just go in. They've got a court order, man. They've got a warrant. What's the judge thinking of? Giving them a warrant to raid a lady's and gentleman's house to find a squirrel and a raccoon. It's just unbelievable. And if they can do that to a squirrel and a raccoon, what will they do to you? I don't think this would happen if Trump was in the White House. I think the Biden-Harris administration are just totally out of control. And the local governments think they can get away with anything now. There's no checks and balances. Anyway, I feel sorry for Peanut and Fred. Don't leave Fred out of this. You know, they will look like they were well looked after. They looked happy. You know, I'd like to know why. What warrants all that time, effort and money spent by the local authorities to take and capture 2 pet animals? It just ain't right. It just isn't right. Anyway, Ian, my little rant for this afternoon, over.